Hello, this is my result seminar for my thesis, which subject is development tools for visual novels in Western world. I'm the developer Janne Romppanen and my instructor is Jack Ponevalainen. So here's the content of this seminar. Research questions, time schedule, challenges, results, further development, things I learned, hints and questions in the end. So my first research question was, what are visual novels? So here's the picture of visual novel, which indicates well what visual novels consist of. So we have these scenes where the action is happened, and in the scenes are actors which have dialogues. So it's kind of lots of reading and text-based stuff. And the dialogue text are displayed in these text boxes, and the actor which are saying the dialogue are referenced with text and maybe with image. And also there's some interface for saving the game and restoring and making settings and so on. So you just play. I can show this prototype which I made, how the playing is happened. When it starts. So here's the one version. I made 3 prototypes. This is made by one of them. So I start the game, and here's the narrator starts the game with no scene yet. But here comes the first scene, background image, and all these images are made by Pauli Varonen, which I'm very grateful for doing that. There are these oil paintings. And here's the dialogue text go on. I just be quick with this. And scenes changes, the background images changes with the scenes. And I will show you this one main functionality of visual novels. It have different story paths and story endings. And the story path goes with the player selections. When this multi-answer events happens, player selects one of the answer and the story goes with that path. Usually all answers go with their own path. So there are many different endings. So I take this one because this leads the functionality which is kind of this game engines outside functionality, which was one of my goals in thesis, to create one. So this starts this chasing scene, which is kind of this. You have to get this mouse pointer on the edge of the screen to get the next kind of round of these borders. And there's a given time limit in which in time I have to get my pointer on the edge of the screen. And now I succeeded the chase scene, and the story brings me in this success scene. If I hadn't managed to get my mouse on the edge of the screen in given time, I have been taken in the failure scene. So that's all for these functionalities for this prototype. I won't show it anymore because I try to make this in 15 minutes because my recorder, that is the maximum time for my recorder. So next question is So, but which kind of visual novel development tools exist in Western world? And in thesis, there's 6 development tools included, which I found and during the research, and 3 of them are still in active development. And these 3 are Ren'Py, Web Story Engine, and Belle. And also there's this LDC, which means localized dialogue and cutscenes, but it has a price of $95, so that's why it's not included in this thesis. But it's got positive feedback, and that I advise you to check it if you wanna visual novel engine development tool for Unity game motor, because that's the add-on for Unity. And the other one is Even, which is still in development process, and it doesn't have any published version yet. But it is focused on mobile environment. You know, this mobile things, these phones and tablets and so on. And that's the new thing in visual novel scene, because there's really not much. Ren'Py has support for Android, but that's quite that at the moment. And one thing to mention is that these development tools are developed by hobbyists by their own spare time. They usually go to work and all that stuff. So the development there's no these big corporations with millions exchange volumes and so on, but these really are usually made by one person, by 2, by their free time, and because of that the tools are also usually free. There are these visual novel communities which participate for this development tool process also, and of course these communities develop as those actual visual novels with these tools, and those visual novels are usually also free. And next research question is how development is done with the development tools. With Ren'Py, it has the project management tool called Ren'Py Launcher. It is used for managing the projects, creating new ones, and publishing those projects and so on. But the main development is done by text editor. It can be any editor which you like to use. And it supports this Python scripting language, and it can be used to create this outside functionality from this game engine, like that Chase scene in my prototype. And there's the debugging tools for Traceback and Lint. Traceback is the kata programming, this terminology, but it is the path where the error is occurred. And this Lint is the kind of spelling checker for scripting language. And publishing format is a standalone application. It can be published for Linux, Mac, and Windows operating systems, and it can be developed also with those systems. Next one is Web Story Engine, and it have game engine only, so there's only these files, not any application at all. And the development is done again with text editor with own choice, and development is done by modifying this game.xml file from this game engine folder. And it supports JavaScript scripting language, which can be used also like the Python in Ren'Py to creating those outside functionality. and Web Story Engine doesn't have own debugging tools, but it uses this web browser's own debugging tools. And publishing format is web application, which means the application runs in the browser window, and it can be played over internet, but that requires that the files are uploaded in the server. And third one is novelty, which is not anymore in active development. The last one is published in 2010, and it is fully graphical development environment, and it doesn't have any support of scripting languages, which means that there's not any kind of writing the script, but all is done with this graphical icons, and those replace that scripting writing. And debugging tools are only these two functions which manage and shows the computer memory. And the publishing format is standalone application for Windows operating system only, and that is for development also. And why I mentioned those three tools is because I created the prototype with all of those three tools. And how development tools differs from each other. One of the separator is this graphical versus text editor development. If you like development totally with graphical tools, then you have the clear selection for separator, and also with if you wanna just write the script, then. And also this what kind of application you wanna publish. Is it the standalone application or the web application? That's the important separator also. And also these operating systems for development and publishing. And also this scripting system support. Is it necessary to create outside functionality of the game engine? If it is, then the scripting support is a must. And the debugging support, especially for instance, I like that there's much of debugging choices, so the development tool is more enjoyable. And with time schedule, I started thesis between August and September by researching development tools, and I created the manuscript for the prototype, and that was between September and November, and I developed those prototypes between October and January, and began to write the thesis at the December till March, and by this April I used to finishing the thesis. And challenges were finding resources, which means that because this visual novel scene is this hobbyist based and with community based, there's no books written of it or any very official material. The most deepest article I found was the Wikipedia article in English. So it was a bit of challenge to find those good resources to use in thesis. And of course, one of the challenges were the developing of those prototypes. for example, I have to